Lord have mercy, Jesus. Honey, I supposed to been going on about 4 hours ago. And honey, I couldn't even get in, baby. I was like, Lord have mercy. Listen, I know bullshit is more um popular than the shit I'm talking about. But listen, we stick to the course. I'm so glad, so glad, so glad, so glad, so glad that I don't have nothing to do with no goddamn bullshit. You know, and I hope y'all let me do my self check. I know sometimes y'all be sleep, y'all just be hanging back. And I would like to say hello to everybody that brought their ass on in here. Let me check on my. And I would like to say hello to. Yep, I got it. Yeah, so we stick to the course, And on top of tonight, let me tell you, I reached out to because this is not my phase of this is not my expertise. Okay, let me tell you that, right? So I reached out to, I don't know if I told y'all, but I know I told one person that my resume is on was it a little key thing, a little, this is not on paper. It's someone that's presenting my resume and stuff like that, right? Audio visual, right? Guy I went to school with, guy that I was on a debate team with. So I reached out to him. Yeah. Yeah. So now I can't play all of our conversation. I'm just gonna play some of the pertinent parts. Because we're talking about this phase where we are, right? So, but anyway, I'll get to that, right? But back to not being in bullshit. Sometimes people confuse being dragged in and being placed in bullshit as you always been in bullshit. And that's not the case, right? Okay. You got to know this. If you ain't bat shit and if you all fucked up or whatever, nobody's going to talk about you. Nobody's going to give a fuck about you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to keep bothering you when you ain't bothering them or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fucked up people and all that. I always talk about people that's not. And that's just what it is. Okay. But honey, I just can't keep up with all this shit back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I wish it wouldn't be this way. And it's gotten so one sided, right? And it's gotten so, like with the selective outrage and all of this, right? Because I believe you got me. I'm not going to change it. I'm always going to be fair. I'm never going to pick a side or a team because I don't have to do that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to do that or whatever. You don't even know these motherfuckers. You understand that? Okay? You don't even know these motherfuckers. You ain't got to pick shit. You don't know them. When they get off this motherfucker, they might be devil worshippers. You understand that? You don't know these motherfuckers. They might buy chicken hot dogs. Okay? For 99 cents a pack. Turn your goddamn stomach. All right? You don't know these goddamn people. And it's so weird because it's just so one sided. I wish a motherfucker said something about me. It's so one sided because you can't say something about one person and the same apply to others. That's crazy. Mothers and kids and all that shit should be off limits, period. But you got a lot of ignorant motherfuckers that go there. I'm not the referee of that. I just, I just, hey, that's you and your soul. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I know him. You get your ass fucked up for that. Okay? We don't play that shit. There ain't nothing else to say. There ain't nothing else to say, baby. It's all it is an opportunity time, baby. All it is some scheduling. Yeah. So, I think that and it's just crazy, right? It's like I don't know what's different. I don't know what's so different now. You know what I'm saying? Like we've always had, and I'm just talking about, and I'm not changing it. We've always had a platform where somebody talking about your motherfucking ass, you could come talk about their ass or whatever, and the mamas and the kids and shit just don't talk bad about them. You understand what I'm saying? Don't disrespect them. All right, disrespecting is saying something bad about them. Okay, or don't say your mama and stuff like that because that's a form of disrespect. You ain't saying your mama in a good way, you know. But and that's just how it is now. When you're banned, I don't give a fuck who's saying something about you. You're banned by me, and until I remove the ban, I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying about your ass. But they just can't talk about your mom and stuff like that. Your ass can't come over here because you're banned by me. Okay. And then now if you on the I don't fuck with you list, you can still get on the record. I just know I don't fuck with you. I'm not kicking with your ass. And I'm real fat like that. And even if you gotta cuss my ass out, I don't give a fuck. You can get on the record cussing my ass out. Cause I'm not that sensitive like that. I don't give a fuck. Cause I like to get down to the doing it phase up, right? So I don't give a fuck about the rest of that shit. Other than that, hey. Oh, but let me holler at some of these people. Hey, Angela Jackson. Hey, Passion Fine. Hey, JoJo the Ryan. Hey, Purple Purple. Hey, my Star if you still in here. Hey, Shaw Baby. Hey, Karen J. Hey, Open Minded bro, 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 bro. Yeah, so it's wild from one situation from the next, right? One situation to the next. People are freaking the fuck out. Like I just don't get it. Like what is going on? Like I don't know if y'all suffering from anxiety or do you need to back up off the coffee and increase the motherfucking weed? I don't know what the fuck is going on around here. I really don't. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? I'm trying to tell you, proof. Ryan, I'm so tired of being right and telling the truth and shit like that, and can back up what I want to when I want to, and I'll let that shit ride when I want to let it ride. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It's so nice to have them motherfucking luxuries. When you know that goddamn R. Kelly called on the line. I was like, that's him. That's him. Oh, that's him. That's him. Lord have mercy on Kelly. You finna kill half the sector. Oh, Lord. These people are old, honey. We all are Kelly. They already signing up to be in the goddamn in the nut house. They already walking up to the nut house and just signing their name and just picking them a bed and shit and getting they package, you know what I'm saying, and taking all their clothes off and the shoestrings and shit and signing them over. What is the problem? Like, calm the fuck down. You're scaring me. You motherfuckers are scaring me. I told you. R. Kelly, he calls everybody. Hey, I don't know how many minutes R. Kelly got on that motherfucking phone, though. And he called him from the phone. You know what I'm talking about? This is an inmate call or whatever. Yeah. They must be, R. Kelly must have got some extra minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Cause is he even talking to Joy? God damn! I promise you. So if he called him while he was live, you do the law of averages and the law of probability, right? You should, so that would tell you that the man calls a lot if he was able to catch him on the goddamn live. Who would have thought? And I don't make it no better. I know. But that shit was funny as hell. I was like, oh, this shit getting good now, baby. Well, then I don't like the other part. But yes, because everybody have to be, you can't just view one person when that same description and fit other people. You know what I'm saying? hmm I done had my ass threatened more than a little bit right here. You see what I'm saying? But I don't worry about that. But yes, child, yes. Hey, Jenny's man. Yeah, I'm doing fine, Jenny. Thank you. Yeah, but that was cray cray. That was cray cray. I just at some point wish. Now listen, a lot of people have just crossed the line, and there's no crossing back. And I get that. And for those situations, you can only wish that nobody should cross over to the other side, okay? Because of the choices they make, right? And a lot of times, the choice your mouth make, your ass have to pay for it. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no use of going back and forth. Back what? You just working yourself up. You know. But for relationships that haven't gotten, like that, or for misunderstanding, you would hope that we would think as sensible people, logical people, whatever, and just work the shit out and stop with all the BS. Okay. And we should be able to sit around here and, get on the record or have these conversations and shit like that produce something, right? If nothing but a piece of commentary that people can, observe, um, and talk about it and share it and, relay it and stuff like that, right? And go back and watch it. You understand what I'm saying? Learn something from it, whatever. Honey, I'm baby. Listen, I'm silver surfing, surfing off this motherfucking hell. I'm trying to tell you, them Michael Jackson shoes was too slow. But sometimes people like to put you in shit, or if they don't have a way of jealousy sets in or shit like that, here it come. Hey, it's just like a timer, the blueprint, child. God damn, it's to be expected, right? At some point you gotta be sick of it, okay? You gotta be like, God damn, like what the fuck? Get over it. But yeah, but anyway, so I want to talk to y'all tonight about the phase that we're in now, right? And we try to stay ahead. Spoke about the habeas corpus, also known as the 2255 and 2254 in the states, and right now we in the appellate phase the of Mr. Kelly's um, situation, right? And when you with both of those phases, right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to get the trier of fact, which would be the judges, to apply a standard of review to it. Right now, J-Bo is hoping that what she wrote, the appellate board, the appellate judges would be able to apply a standard of review. I believe the last time spoke about appeals, I put in the title standard of review. So that way you can go back and, you can go back and check to see what I was talking about. You want to hope that they review it de novo, means as new, meaning that they give the Judge Donnelly and old ass no deference, meaning they're going to look at it as if it was new. Okay? That doesn't mean like new evidence and things of that nature. They're looking at the case as if it was new. or you want them to, and that's usually when you're dealing with um, the law. That's when you're dealing with the law. And when you're dealing with um, the facts, right? You want them to apply a clearly erroneous standard of review, right? A clear error. Okay, that means they give the lower court a little deference. They will they'll weigh their decision based on the facts that Jabo appealed, right? The objections, right? What she objected to. They give the decisions, the rulings on that little deference. Now, if it's a combination of the law and fact on some of the stuff and I can't remember exactly because again, it's not written out. She don't write it out and say, hey, I need you to apply a de novo standard of review or a clearly erroneous standard of review or arbitrary and capricious standard of review. Although I think she did, either she referenced that or the government did. But you know what I'm saying? They don't just write that out. So you have to know by reading it what she's going after. And if she is successful, then they will apply a standard of review to it, review it, and then make a decision, or make a decision after they hear their oral arguments, right? Um, when it gets to the phase of the habeas corpus 2055, the standard of review are different, okay? Because it's a different ball game. It's not an easy thing, and it's not, any of that, right? It's actually harder. But they allow you to argue things that wasn't on the record. I mean, things that was never brought up before. Nonetheless, it's still not an easy ride. It doesn't make it easier. You still trying to make sure your brief is sufficient enough to for them to agree to apply a standard of review. Excuse me. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys, because honey, now I had to now in this conversation, I think I'm a cap place, the parts that kind of tie into what we're talking about because we talked about a lot of stuff on that phone call. But also, I just want to let you guys know, and just in case you don't know, but most of you guys should know, that an investigation starts when a police report is written. That's one of the ways, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? An investigation start. Might not be the investigation where they are allocating, time and money and a course of action to it or whatever. But just know if somebody ever goes down there and do a police report, investigation starts. Or somebody might be able to go down there and start a civil um, claim of action against you. Investigation, a form of investigation starts. Okay, so um, so we do know that in the beginning of this R. Kelly stuff, we do know that a few of the parents went down there to the police station and made police reports. If I'm not mistaken, they said Mr. What's his name? Savage did that press conference from in front of his house. Do you know that I didn't know? I think I've heard that today. That was the first time I had heard that they was in front of R. Kelly house. Yeah, ain't that some shit? So, but anyway, so I'm gonna play this call from um my schoolmate, honey. So, all right. So again, we're talking about, I'm asking him some questions and stuff. I thought that he was, um, he was doing, like a lot of all the different types of law, and he's not. He's pretty much uh, suing people now. But anyway, I'll play it. Hold on for a moment. Let me play it. Okay, let me start here.
2254. I haven't looked at it in a while. 2254 D3. Oh, now you're testing me. Hold on a second. I'll tell you right now. 28 USC 2254. Let's see. Now you're testing B1. Oh, hold on a second. 2254. Where the heck is it? Oh, 2254 D. 2254D. An application for writ habeas corpus on behalf of a person in custody shall not be granted with respect to any claim that was adjudicated on the merits unless the claim resulted in a decision that was contrary to or involved in a reasonable application of clearly established federal law as determined by the United States Supreme Court. So clearly established federal law.
Okay. So, and what else he was telling me about? So 2254, remember I told you that's when it's the habeas corpus for the state. And, yeah, so, and we were talking about that, he was pretty much, kind of, give me more information that it's habeas corpus really they like to, it's really for constitutional issues, okay, when it has something to do with clear established federal laws, okay, clear established federal laws, although you can do it for non-constitutional issues, which would be evidentiary or procedural, okay, something with regards to the procedure. Mostly that's when it falls on the judge, okay. Remember, I tell you, got to know about FRE and FRCP, okay, that's procedural and evidentiary, okay. So, but it's usually for constitutional issues. So we'll get to evaluate her application for constitutional issues and see if she finds something that would, you know, um, have those judges apply a standard of review to it, because that's what you're shooting for. Okay, let me play the rest of this.
Could be evidentiary, could be procedural.
Okay.
You might get that. It's a bit of a squeaker, but you might get that. It's you usually have, clearly established federal law is usually a constitutional issue. It could be evidentiary or procedural.
Okay.
All right. Let me get off the phone because I'm gonna have to start charging you money.
Oh, okay. Not a problem.
I'm writing something.
Oh, okay. No, not a problem.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Best of luck to you.
Uh-huh.
All right, bye.
Yeah. I had to can't play it all now because yeah, he be referring to me by my name and all that type of stuff. Can't play it all, but we're talking about some other stuff. But yeah. So I just want him to throw it out there and I'll explain on it. So that, like I was saying, constitutional issues. So just think about that. When we get to that phase of it, we like to work ahead. Okay. Just think about that. So the constitutional issues, the jury selection. Um, think of ways his rights could have been violated. All right. That's what we're looking at. Will she have a sufficient argument for that? All right. She need to hit it out the park. Okay. Think about what happened in court. Remember the transcripts. Remember some of the rulings. All right. When it comes to evidentiary and procedure, will the text messages come into play? Probably not. Not. I'm talking about the all of them, the ones that are in question, because it still has to fall in line with FRE and FRCP. Okay, the Federal Rules of Evidence and the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure still has to fall down the line. So remember the consent, all of that, what would be considered evidence, all of that still has to, still has to fall in line with the current laws. Okay, but we gotta look and see. And if we have time tonight, I've already pulled up the her appeal, and we can look and see. I mean, did she do a good enough job to get a standard of review? You know, if not, they're gonna do it. They're gonna deny it. Okay, and also, so with the habeas corpus, right? So we do know that it goes to Judge Donnelly, or they can apply to the Supreme Court. But normally, though, if you just at the gate apply to the Supreme Court, that's going to get denied. If you um, send it, and what I'm saying is, they have to allow you to apply to the Supreme Court with the habeas corpus. So you're going to start with Aaron Donald. If that is, if they deny that, then J Boy is going to see if she can appeal it, and then if she can appeal it, then she'll have that appeal there, and I think, and then she'll get it was an application of applicability or something like that, and where she'll be able to apply it again through the Supreme Court, but several conditions must apply. So this habeas corpus, it's not like boom, it's the saving grace, just because it allows you to argue things that wasn't on the record, meaning things that wasn't objected to, or at the at during the case, right, during the trial. It doesn't mean that. Okay, it doesn't mean, I'm sorry, it doesn't mean that it's going to be, well, I mean, it doesn't, that it's going to be, the thing that gets it done. It doesn't mean that, because when they look at those, they scrutinize those applications. Okay, so yeah, let me see what else I wrote down. Make sure. Oh, I can't remember my own handwriting. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else in that call. I go because I'm trying to let y'all get it from the white man. I'm tired of talking to y'all. I'm tired of trying to get it through y'all head. Let y'all get it from the white man. Yeah. So, but anyway, hey Cookie. So, but anyway, so when I pulled up the the appeal, right? Do I think that they'll? I think she did a good enough job to where they'll, apply a standard of review to it. Okay, I really do. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think they will. They will review it. Um, did she mischaracterize the law? Did she use the the case law correctly? Was it applied correctly? Things of that nature. That I'm not sure because I do recall that when she made several objections before, I remember the government saying, "Hey, she's well, he's wrong," but they're talking about it was really her. He's wrong about how he's applying this case law, right? And so the judge did side with the government, right? And I what every instance. So and here's the thing, right? R. Kelly is in a is in an uncomfortable position, right? Because here's a man that is facing 31 years, right? And the elements in which he was charged with and were so like it wasn't it's not like proving that somebody murdered somebody and you got to determine how they murdered them and all of that. With the elements, the conduct was pretty much given to you, right? It was already given to you on paper. All right, traveling across state lines, you got that. You got the sex, you have that, and you have you know, the videos or whatever, the pictures or whatever. Okay, being, what establishing your age. Either you were some was under allegedly underage, some was over. So the charged conduct, the behavior was already given to us, right? It's different from like murder. You don't know how it was done, who did it, whatever. Oh, thank you, T House, baby. I'll be getting closer, closer, closer to that $100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Yes, honey. I appreciate you. I think I'm about, wait a minute. I think I'm about $30 off, honey. Yes. I sure appreciate you. Oh, my Carla in here. Hey, Carla. Carla. Yeah, hey, Queen. I got Cookie. Yeah, um, so we have that. So we have that. And we can't, it has never, it, it's never been about innocence or guilt, right? It's about what you can prove. The moment you start, and if you're not arguing actual innocence, the moment you start focusing on, you know, if he did it or not, then you're gonna lose focus. You're gonna be off in something somewhere else, right? And rightfully so, if you're looking at it from a lay person's point of view. Okay, he's in a situation because nobody don't want to be there for no 31 motherfucking years. Nobody don't want to be there 1 year. Okay. But that conduct, because it's physical, it was like kind of easy to to prove. If you look at what it is, right? So what I'm going to do, right? So let me for habeas corpus, right? Let me give y'all the standard of review, right? I'm going to read them off. And if we have time, because shit, somebody else might go live that might be a little bit more interested. I want to talk about Shirley Strawberry, honey, and maybe we can. I don't know if it's. I don't want to get in trouble, playing somebody else's content, but if I can play the call and not their commentary, then because, honey, and her husband, child, is with what the damn the child pornography and all that shit. I'm like, Shirley Strawberry. Oh, hell no. That's all over the internet, and Chris Shaw and Blueface. And of course, my good old friend Martell. But anyway, let me read the standard of review um, for the habeas corpus, right? Because if you go back, since I've taken all my lives off of private, you'll see where I've we've talked about habeas corpus and some details, right? When I was talking about the 2255 and 2254, right? Now we're going to add the standard of review to it. And so I'm going to read it. I'm just going to read what it says. Okay, this says standard of review. One of the most important and challenging aspects of habeas corpus practice is identifying and satisfying the standard of review, burden of proof, which applies to the claims alleged in the habeas corpus petition. Um, okay, so it break it down from the easiest to the hardest. Okay, standard of review. Presumption of innocence. Okay. A defendant facing trial on a criminal charge is presumed innocent, and the prosecution has to prove the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt equates to proof to a near certainty that the defendant is guilty as charged. This is the most demanding standard of proof of all in the American justice system, and it affords powerful protection to a criminal defendant at the trial level. However, once a defendant is convicted at trial or via guilty plea, the presumption of innocence disappears. Structural error. Remember, I was telling you about errors, right? Procedural error, structural error, what have you. There are errors, list of errors at the appellate process. There are also errors here, right? The appellate process has a structural error, and he didn't. And here we have a structure error at the habeas corpus level, right? So it says a structural error is that unusual kind of trial error which is so monumental that it essentially deprives the trial of any reliability as a truth determining process. An example is a showing that a prosecution juror failed to reveal bias in voir dire, or that the case was heard by a corrupt judge. Y'all got that? You see that? Excuse me. That's a structural error. And that's number 2 on the list because they have it from easiest to hardest, right? Okay. We do know that she has some issue with the jurors, some of the jurors being biased, right? Excuse me. So it says where structural error is shown, it is presumed that the error was prejudicial and a new trial is almost always required. It's pretty much the same at the appellate level as well, right? It says similar to structural error in its effect is chronic. Okay, and they're representing United States versus chronic. It says error, which amounts to ineffectiveness of counsel so serious that it is as if the defendant had no lawyer at all. For example, the defense lawyer was absent, asleep, drunk, or working against the defendant because of a financial conflict of interest. Errors failing, errors falling within this category almost always produce reversals, but are very, very rare. Uh oh. Oh shit, Team Kels. Wait a minute now. I ain't got no fancy buttons and shit, so I can only do it with my mouth. Y'all hear that? I'm doing habeas corpus standard of review from easiest to hardest. Y'all hear that structural error? Y'all see the example that they use? And they said a goddamn attorney was asleep, absent, drunk. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let me, what, wait a minute now. So let's rethink this thing. I'm something in my JoJo voice. Maybe if J-Bo had some information about the attorney being asleep or whatever, maybe she can play that up. Maybe she can get it to where it needs to be at this phase, right? If nothing goes right at the appellate level. And this is in New York, so this is where the 30 is. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. See, y'all heard my white colleague, well, he ain't my colleague no more, but classmate point me, give me a little information with the habeas corpus and shit. See, you know what? I wish that y'all weren't so motherfucking crazy because I can bring, baby, I can bring them on, all these people on, honey, and we can. But you motherfuckers are crazy, and they do not need to know this channel with me doing all this cussing and me sounding like that. I got my goddamn degree from Target. I had to what? Oh shit. So we'll keep it separate. Then we have the Chapman standard, right? And the Chapman standard, that is named after a case law, right? It says the Chapman standard, it says applies to errors of constitutional magnitude that are discovered during the direct first appeal. Okay. Oh, so okay. So if they find something during so it's on direct appeal. So they find something during the direct appeal. It says under the Chapman standard, the error is prejudicial unless the error was harmless beyond a reasonable doubt. This is a very petitioner friendly standard, but it applies only to errors of constitutional magnitude. Okay, remember you heard my friend said constitutional issues, right? Remember he said that. Okay. Excuse me, but it applies only to errors of constitutional magnitude, errors recognized in U.S. Supreme Court cases to violate the Constitution, and only when those constitutional errors are addressed and found on direct appeal. So if it's found on direct appeal and it makes it here, but if it's found on direct appeal, why they don't correct it there? Shit. Hold on for a minute. Excuse me. Hold on for a minute. Okay. Thank you for holding. Did I just say that right? Okay. So on there, the Chapman, if it was found during direct, I'm sorry, during the direct appeal where it is now, but just say they say, okay, well, it wasn't, it was a harmless error, so they didn't reverse it. When it gets to this stage, they find that it should have been reversed, then they'll reverse it here. That's what it means. That's why they didn't take care of it there because they didn't think it was significant enough to reverse it there. They wait till they get then when they reviewed it at the on the 2255, the habeas corpus, then they say, well, it should have been reversed here. It should have been taken. They'll reverse it there. Okay, y'all get that? I got this shit all in my mouth. Wait a minute. Y'all wasn't cut up so. I have the experts explain it to you, but y'all cut up so. So y'all get what I'm saying? So they found it on during appeal, right? Where his relief is now, but they thought it was a harmless error, right? So they didn't reverse it because it's harmless. But when she raised it again and on a habeas corpus at that level, they review it and say, hey, it should be reversed. They'll take care of it then. Okay? Y'all get it? And do y'all care? Okay. Okay, so we have the Brecht standard. Okay, the Brecht standard is the default standard for constitutional errors which occurred at the trial and which are established for the first time on habeas corpus, meaning that it will apply unless another of the ones discussed in this article is shown to apply instead. Okay, so it said the standard requires that any error had a substantial and injurious effect in determining the jury's verdict, i.e., that it leaves the habeas judge with in grave doubt about whether the error had significant effect on the verdict. It has sometimes been suggested that the Brecht standard, which applies to most claims on habeas corpus, is the same as California Watson standard, which applies on direct appeal to errors that are not of constitutional significance. However, the Watson standard California is actually tougher than Brecht because Watson requires a showing that the error probably affected the verdict, whereas Brecht requires that the court have grave doubt about whether the error affected the verdict. Whether whatever grave doubt is supposed to mean, it falls short of putting the burden on the petitioner to show that the error probably affected the verdict. So it says, let me see, suppose for sure. So what the grave is supposed to mean? Okay. Ooh, no wonder, honey. He said this. They got them habeas is complicated. And can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe that a lot of these prisoners, they, especially the ones that don't have representation or had a public defender or federal defender, they don't get to have they don't get a court appointed when they doing a habeas. They got to figure this out. So they do a lot of this paper. Some of the prisoners do the paperwork themselves, or with the assistance of, someone else, like a family member or something like that. Can you believe that? And they have to, try to write so it can land on one of these standards of review. The fuck? Uh-uh. The Strickland standard, right? Strickland versus Washington. We talked about that before, right? The standard applies to claims for ineffective assistance of counsel, right? Claims require a showing that counsel was deficient, committed errors no reasonable attorney would have made, and that counsel's errors was prejudicial. To establish prejudice on an IAC claim, the petitioner must show that there is a reasonable probability that but for counsel's deficient performance, the jury would have reached a more favorable verdict. Although reasonable probability sounds like the petitioner has to show that the jury verdict probably would have been different, the actual burden is somewhat lower. Strickland is satisfied where the effective counsel's error is sufficient to undermine the confidence in the outcome of the case. Such a standard falls short of the preponderance of evidence standard, which requires more than a 50% certainty of error. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, boy, I thought you was talking about something else. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. The Strickland, strict, the Strickland standard of prejudice, quite similar to the showing of a petitioner, must make for Brady claims. Or remember when she tried to do the BOP motion to compel? She tried to make that, a Brady concern, right? But the prosecution called it. It says that a petitioner must make for Brady claims where the prosecution has suppressed evidence favorable to the defense. The petitioner must demonstrate a reasonable likelihood that, provided with the suppressed evidence, the jury's verdict would have been more favorable to the defendant. Again, a reasonable likelihood does not require a showing that the result probably would have been different. Once a petitioner has satisfied the Strickland standard or the similar Kyle standard for Brady claims, the Brecht standard has necessarily been satisfied as well, so no further showing of harmless error is necessary. And they're just showing you, when I read all that, it's pretty much showing you. It's just like a key of showing you how to get these standard of reviews applied. And it says the Schultz standard. This is the actual innocence, constitutional error. So remember, I think Levi and I had a big old argument about it. Some other person was arguing with me about actual innocence versus innocence and all of this and not guilty and all this bullshit. Right? Y'all don't want me out. So I told you that there is a appeal and a habeas corpus um, application or argument for actual innocence, meaning I'm not talking about not guilty. Remember we were up here he was trying to run not guilty with actual innocence, like you ain't do it. No, that's not what we're talking about. Not guilty could very mean that you did it, but due to a lack of evidence or you know a constitutional violation, you can't break the law to lock somebody up, those things, whatever, you're not guilty for those reasons. Actual innocence means your ass ain't do it. Okay, that means it's more than likely that there's not going to be any evidence that will be connected to your ass. All right. Okay, and if it is, it's probably, frame, due to frame being framed, or just wrong place or wrong time. Maybe some um for um DNA, things of that nature, right? You touch the door after somebody that murdered somebody, that type of shit, that'll get you hemmed up, all right, because the case is circumstantial, but the prosecutor has a lot of good circumstantial evidence that can persuade a jury to find your ass guilty, right? Yeah, like that. So the Schultz standard, actual innocence, constitutional error. This standard comes into play when a petitioner shows that a constitutional error has occurred, but the petitioner has committed some procedural default that prevents federal consideration of the habeas claim in the first place. Under the AEDPA, a petitioner making a claim based on new evidence but facing a state procedural default and unable to establish cause and prejudice for the default must make a showing that a miscarriage of justice would occur unless his claim was heard. Now, remember, I was out here trying to show y'all that if she's arguing a miscarriage of justice, it's because she is raising the argument that her client is actually innocent. So it's actual innocence, not just a miscarriage of justice in his situation he's in now. Remember, I was out here trying to argue that, trying to, yeah. Y'all be wearing me out, baby. Woo, I'm glad they wrote it. It's so easy for my brain just to lift it on off the paper and read it to you. And so it says to make it through this gateway to the federal court, the petitioner must show that he is actually innocent of the specific offense which resulted in his conviction and sentence. Actual innocence is also available to a person who pled guilty, but in the event the petitioner must also demonstrate actual innocence of charges the prosecution dropped in exchange for the guilty plea. Okay, just meaning, yeah, you pled guilty to get it over with. You were scared, or you thought that they had enough evidence to find you guilty, and you pled guilty. So they're saying that they will let you um try to obtain a actual innocent standard of review, right? Um, I'll go through that. Habeas standard, actual innocence. Uh, Oh, okay. This standard is also called actual innocence, but is different from the gateway standard discussed above, and even harder to satisfy because the petitioner is claiming he is innocent, but is unable to also show that the constitutional error affected the trial or guilty plea. This is called a freestanding claim of actual innocence because it is not joined with the claim of constitutional error that occurred at trial or in connection with the guilty plea. In other words, the petitioner's effectively, effectively admitting that he had a fair trial, but is claiming nevertheless that he is innocent. Not surprisingly, these kinds of claims face the stiffest standard of review of all. Uh, uh, don't understand. Okay, so there's some notes. Okay, let me come back around now. All right. I'm sorry. So y'all have a idea of how some of this stuff may fall. We work ahead, y'all. So you saw where that her jury objection, her jury argument, her ineffective system of counsel. Now she hasn't raised that the man was asleep at the table and all of that and shit. But hey, you see where there is some room for that, and that's at least one or two people argument on these streets, right? So hey, so here's the thing, right? While the appeals and habeas corpus are rarely granted, it doesn't mean that they're never granted, right? So that's why me myself, I don't get comfortable or whatever. I wouldn't get comfortable until everything has run, okay? And then you know either way that he either has to have to do them 31, or you know he'll be able to get out. If not, you just can't sit up there and say, hey, he ain't gonna never get out or whatever, because you never know. Laws can change and all of that. And so I'm not sure. Let me see what y'all saying up in here. Hey, girl, Melanie. Hey, Shaw Baby One. Oh my, it's a good way. She been she been talking to this one bush to the brother Johnsons was asleep. Right. Them brother Johnsons, they say they was asleep. From what I can understand, asleep at the table. So, um, and when you're in a setting where you can, do your oral arguments, or you can really pencil whip some shit that you was unable to raise during the trial and raise on appeal. Who knows how correct? You know she good with that pencil. So she can bring up new claims with this ineffective. But I told you, it still has to fall under the procedure, right? But you can bring up new shit like ineffective, whatever. Just has to qualify for those things. But baby, I said, woo, when I saw that asleep shit, because for the people that have been, going at the attorneys and their ineffectiveness or whatever. Remember, I told you that the Supreme Court had recently stated that, hey, the attorneys don't have to do a a outstanding job and get everything right. They just have to do a reasonable job. Well, I wasn't sure how they would judge sleeping. You know, I can kind of see how they would judge being drunk. But shit, everybody nod on the job. Hell, hey, I might take that little 2 or 3 minutes sitting up straight in that damn chair and wake up fresh as hell. You know, but they seem to let you, make sleeping a point, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just get excited because one, I like to see work, good work, right? And I like to see, um, you know, I wish pencil whip that shit, and will the prosecutor, pencil whip that shit to shut it down. Let me drop this link real quick. Who knows? Hey, Sandra. I was nice tonight. What you mean? What you mean I was nice? When I was nice. What happened? I was supposed to be meeting somebody up in here. Let me go check. 'Cause I get their ass. Wait a minute. What? I'm always nice, girl. Today made me not be so nice, girl. I don't like that. I love to be nice and calm and rational and stuff. But baby, ooh, that's why I stay clear from all kind of goddamn people. Because these people here had y'all in shit and the shit don't be fair and all of that. So baby, you have to tell me when I was being nice, girl. My girl Melanie up in here. Girl Melanie. Yeah, these people don't know how to be fair, y'all. I'm like, damn. Well, have your ass all up in some shit. You don't be knowing what the hell going on. Oh, Tyler Perry is a Virgo. Nobody didn't ruffle your feathers. You're always sweet, but you get the job. Oh, yes. Yes, honey. Uh-uh. I'm just listen, girl. I be in shock. I ain't used to all this, shit here. Let me tell you, and y'all can tell me if when y'all were young, were y'all allowed to go outside and play? uh, Listen, I can't remember my child going outside and playing. I really can't remember her going outside and playing. Because she always had something to do educational. But let me see, I went outside and played just a little bit, not all the time, or none, no shit like that. We was in the house, honey, and a lot of my friends and some of their children, we keep children in the house, and not that we was in a bad neighborhood and shit like that. Just you don't want your child to be dirty. Yes, honey. Dirty and stank. No dirty stank ass child. Be all outside and shit. Hell, I went outside. Here and there, not all the time though. I would stay on the porch and play with my toys and stuff. And my parents and them used to play out because I'm the only child. My parents would pay kids to play with me. So of course, Yvette, bitch ass, she would use that as talking about, child, she was so fucked up. The parents and mom and them had to pay for somebody to play with her. Because nobody don't play with that. Is not what was going on. One, my parents had always was the and my family pretty much like, just pay the people to do stuff, pay the kids to do shit, whatever. Always taking in people and that need so much, that type of bullshit. So somebody was, down on their luck and wanted to make an extra dollar or two. Yeah. But it wasn't like it was an area that had a lot of children, you know? So, yeah, honey. Hmm. But y'all, I just want you, we just need to make sure that we deal with the correct application of the law, right? And the procedures and things of that nature. Because it will help with our understanding as well as um what is that? Help with our understanding. So when something gets adjudicated, whatever, we'll understand why not, what phase we're on, and shit like that. Instead of be sitting up here and looking like, I don't know what's going on. We'll know. And we'll know if we hear something, whatever, whether it's accurate or not. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, I had a good conversation with him today. That's one of the few people I can um from school that I know that I can reach out to. And he's a white man. So y'all believe the white man. Oh, Shirley Strawberry, new damn calls, honey. So let me read you what her husband got arrested for. And he got a mistress. Mm-hmm. This is what he said to his mistress, honey. Let me see if I can find the call. Is that the call? Wait a minute. Is this the call? Wait a minute. Let's see if this the call. One of them. And she's getting backlash from staying with him too. Oh no, this ain't the call. Let me read what it says. It says jailhouse phone records of Shirley Strawberry's incarcerated husband, Ernesto Williams, have emerged, revealing his freaky conversation with his mistress. As Madame Noir reports in one call, he told the woman, I sure miss some good ass pussy though. I'm not gonna lie. And said, when that thing get hot, just pat it. Huh? Oh Lord. Ignorant motherfucker. He also requested several of his favorite photos of the mystery woman. I like all of them, to be honest with you. Them pictures more important to me than that goddamn commissary, Ernesto told her during the call. We reported previously that Strawberry's estranged husband was arrested and jailed last year and charged with multiple counts of fraud, identity theft, and child pornography. Williams is still being held in the Fulton County Jail without bond. Oh. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, here go the call, I believe. Lord have mercy. YouTube, I don't have. Oh Lord, I ain't got nerves. I don't have the rights to the. Y'all know, shit. some shit? Ain't that some fucking shit? Oh, I got the other calls too. Ain't that some shit? Right, yeah. I'm the only child. I don't have one child. Mm-hmm. He got some damn nerves. Not patted and all that. So nasty ass. Girl, no. Yes, honey. Oh, look at listen. He, um, I want to kind of play him in order, but I don't want to put him about his damn commentary. I don't do that. Because we ain't minding our own damn business. We're not doing that. Oh, sure. And you know, I like Shirley Strawberry. And why they coming down on her? I think because, I hadn't been keeping up. And I don't know if it's because she decided to stay with the man or what. Oh, let me see. Wait, and let me ask y'all something. How do y'all think they be getting these these jailhouse calls and stuff? How do you think they be getting them? Do anybody know? Like how they get released like this? Let me see. If I can find. I don't want to play them people commenting. Like they're talking. I don't want to play that shit. Hold on. Um, yeah. Oh, this is crazy. And Blueface and Krishan with that baby. Lord, he still haven't gone to see the baby. He trying to make like it's her. Okay. So let me put this on mute real quick so I don't want to pick up their commentary. Hold on. We ain't mind our own business, honey. Oh, they put in a. Oh, okay. All right. Freedom. Okay, information. Okay. This crazy though. Okay. Here's one. Here's the first one. Okay. That's one. All right, this is number two. Because we ain't mind our own damn business. Oh, shit. Damn, I didn't know she was going to cut in. Hold on. Okay. wait a minute. Did he tell her that you haven't been in? Was he telling her that you ain't been indicted yet? Like she got something to do with this shit, or was must be? What am I think? I don't even know what I'm thinking of tonight. I'm all over the place. I forgot that you can get these calls through Freedom. Um, yeah, he's telling her that what? Cause he had got charged for financial fraud or something too. I want to play this about this side chick, this call with this side chick. So I'm kind of out of order, but I want to play this because we knows it. We mind our own business. We want to know what was said. Then I could probably let y'all go. I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, this is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Um, do I have the Rona? No, I ain't got that shit. Hold on for a minute. I don't know though. I don't know because we didn't have an outbreak of it. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Okay, this is one with the side chick. Okay, so I got this one from somewhere else. Okay, so the other one I had played number two, and I'm gonna let this one be the last one. Then the next time I go live, I'll play three and four, whatever. But we're gonna try to follow this. This should be an interesting case because this got a little bit of everything in it, right? I'm gonna try to get my hand on his indictment or his charging instrument. I want to see what the fuck is going on with this. Damn. Hold on. Let me get past that. Hold on. Okay. Hey, Atmos. Okay, we ain't mind our own business, Atmos, honey. We being nosy. Definitely. Huh? Woo, honey. Wait a minute. Mm, 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 mm. So listen, y'all. Whew. And y'all, I was falling asleep, and that's listen, listen. So he one of them damn old cheaters that get the side chicks and all this kind of pep talking. Well, at least he, trying to he's investing into, emotionally into what she direction she wants to go in with her life. You understand what I'm saying? Um, he thinks that his little shit is going to disappear. Dude, you got child pornography, sweetie. I do know that's one of the charges. Fraud. Him and his other lady in some kind of fraudulent thing. He has a row of these. I don't know, these look like foreign cars or whatever. I don't know if he has some kind of limo business or whatever. That was a little commercial that I was watching at the beginning. Y'all couldn't see it because it's somebody else's content. Yeah, like Shirley. So I got to dig up what she said on Steve Harvey's show about this whole mess or whatever. They said she addressed it or whatever. But I was so nosy I wanted to play the damn side chick one out of order. But damn, he a trip. And he was like, I wasn't dressed or nothing, but it was you. That's that old pimp talk. Try to make up like it's because of you. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Hey, don't believe it. He lying, child. He lying, girl. He lying, girl. He got a whole wife. So if she'll be 70 when her friend gets out, she said her friend gets out in 13 years. This the oldest ass child chick I ever seen. This bitch is 57. God damn. What is going on? I think Shirley is 63 or something like that. This some old ass shit. But I'm gonna get these ages together. But anyway, y'all, honey, let me get up off him, baby. I was knocked out. I sure appreciate y'all coming on through. Hope we learned something today. Please, y'all. Please keep the guns down. Y'all, please keep in mind. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't. But a lot of this stuff has been going on for a minute. The exchanges of words, the mamas, the children, this, that, third, whatever, the threats or whatever. It's not like it's any new ones or whatever. I don't know what's going on, whatever. But y'all gonna have to calm down or something. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck is going on. Ooh, my leg is little. God damn, no wonder my daughter talking about I'm gonna be wearing her clothes. Baby, if I get in a six, y'all better have me tested for that shit. I got that shit, y'all. I get in a six. The fuck? Hell. My leg look. Ooh, it's a little rough, yeah. Mm-mm. This ain't nothing cute about this. Anyway, all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming on through. And thank y'all so very much. Love you. Be safe. Stop the violence. It's only YouTube. It's the internet. Okay, calm down. There's more important things we could be focusing on. Okay. All right. Do something good for somebody else. And do something good for yourself. And I shall see y'all later, probably next week. Peace out.